So as you all know, this smart world is getting pretty dang distracting. Companies are doing just about everything they can to grab your attention, and it can be really tough to just sit down and focus. So a lot of what I talk about on this channel is how I utilize certain tools to take back my attention, using things like this to fight digital distraction and live a simpler, more intentional life. Today I want to show you guys an inexpensive tool that I've been utilizing for the past few months to help minimize distraction while writing: the Alphasmart. But first, if you don't know me, I'm Spencer, and I like to talk about simple living, frugality, and ways to cut down on your technology usage, sometimes by using other technologies, like the Alphasmart. So perhaps you've seen distraction-free writing tools like this one before. A pretty popular brand right now is FreeWrite, and most of their models are designed to look like typewriters. However, FreeWrite also sells a model called the Alpha, which takes heavy design cues from this thing right here, the Alphasmart. So you might be wondering, what exactly is this thing? Well, Alphasmart was a company founded in the early 1990s by a few computer engineers who had worked at Apple. This thing was basically sold as a low-budget computer alternative to teach typing in schools, back when computers were just too pricey to roll out in large quantities. But as computers became more and more ubiquitous over the years, the Alphasmart fell out of favor. However, it eventually found a new audience. Over the past few years, writers have taken a love for Alphasmarts, picking up these old machines as a budget-friendly way for them to do their work without the distraction. The interest has grown in these, and writers are choosing to pick these devices up because of its lack of other features. A few months ago, I went searching for an Alphasmart for myself, and I found someone on Facebook Marketplace with one listed. The person was located a few hours away, but they were kind enough to offer to ship it to me for a pretty low price. I think the total I paid for this thing was about 60 bucks all in, included the shipping. And I've been able to use it for the past few months, and I've been really enjoying it. When I first unboxed the Alphasmart and started to use it, I was immediately struck by just how basic it is. Now, when I do my writing on my laptop, I use a very minimalistically designed word processor, but still, whenever I get that need to look something up, whenever that thing pops into my head, I find myself opening a new window and getting distracted. And that is just not an option on the Alphasmart. Think of the Alphasmart like it's a digital typewriter, because that's essentially its appeal. Now, I also have an analog mechanical typewriter that I use, and it's very fun for journaling and doing other things like that. But if I want to share that thing, if I want to put it online, then I have to type it up again, digitally. And that's another reason why the Alphasmart is just so appealing. When I want to upload the work that I've done, all I have to do is plug this thing into the computer and upload it. Now, no, this thing doesn't spit out a normal Word type file like you'd perhaps expect it to. When I connect the Alphasmart to the computer, to my surprise, the computer actually recognized it as a keyboard, and I was able to just type on this. I could search stuff on this, I could go on YouTube using this. I could actually type in a Word document on the computer using the Alphasmart. And actually, that sort of ties in with how you upload the writing onto the computer with the Alphasmart. Once you've connected it to the computer, you open a blank Word doc on your computer with whatever you're actually using to write. It doesn't have to be Microsoft Word. Then on the Alphasmart, you press send. This thing then begins to type up letter by letter what you had written into the blank document. Kind of weird, but it's effective. I was really impressed that my model actually worked so well and was also recognized as a keyboard here in 2024. Now, my model's pretty old. It's one of the middle ones. It's the Alphasmart 3000. I think it came out around the year 2000. So we're talking like 20 years old, this thing is. And it still was completely recognized as soon as I plugged it into my computer as a keyboard. And I mean, in 2024, you just love to see it. You just love to see it. Now, folks, there's several different models of Alphasmarts available out there, all with their own unique list of pros and cons, but I'm not going to get into those things in this video. Some have better keyboards, some have better screens than others, and they can pretty much all be had for less than 100 bucks. And as long as it's a relatively new one, like not so old that it's a beige one, you're probably going to have a pretty okay time with it. I mean, even with a beige one, you might have an okay time with it, but I cannot confirm or deny. As I said, mine's one of the mid-older ones. It came out in 2000, and it's been great for me. The screen has some funky marks on it. I'm sure one of the newer models would be a little bit better because surprisingly they made these until like 2013, but I'm really happy with this thing. This does me just fine. The screen doesn't have a backlight or anything, so I just use a lamp when I'm writing at night like I would with my typewriter, and it handles glare pretty well, so I can easily write outside in the sun too. Mine has 8 different files on it, which basically means I can write 8 different documents before I have to delete one to make room for the next. You can fit just over 12 pages of writing in each of these files, so as long long as you're uploading them periodically, you're never going to have an issue. My Alphasmart also runs on 3 AA batteries, and I've heard some crazy stats for how long these things last. I've had the same 3 AA's in the Alphasmart since I got the machine just over 3 months ago, and it's still reading as full. So I guess we'll call it A-okay. Now the keyboard is a little bit retro feeling, I will say that. You're going to get a better experience if you get something like one of the more expensive FreeWrite machines, but a new FreeWrite with mechanical keycaps is probably going to cost you 5 to 10 times what these Alphasmarts go for. So that's a cost-benefit analysis you're going to have to do on your own. Overall, I am loving the Alphasmart. It is my favorite way to write digitally nowadays. I love it so much that I've decided to use this exclusively to write my blog on Substack, which I have now launched in conjunction with this video. Since I'm going to be writing all about digital minimalism and simple tech tools, I thought, what better device to write it on? It's pretty cool to see a device that's this old, that's digital technology, that still works and is actually still useful here 20 years on from its release. These things were built to be used in schools. It was expected that kids were going to be rough on them, so I guess in part that's why they've lasted so long. All I know is I've regained a lot of focus by using the Alphasmart for my writing. Just to know that I can't pull up a tab or window whenever I feel like it, or a notification can't pull me out of my focus when I have it, it's allowed me to just sit down and write. That's about it for today, folks. Just my thoughts of using this piece of retro tech to curb digital distraction here in 2024. What did you think of this video? Do you have any experience using a distraction-free writing tool like the Alphasmart or a FreeWrite? Would you be interested in trying one if you haven't? Let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to hear from you. Wrapping up this video, I just wanted to thank the partner of this video, Mint Mobile. Now look, you guys already know who Mint Mobile is. They're the folks offering you great prices on phone plans in the USA. Mint has some great offers on phone plans with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text for as low as just 15 bucks. Now I talk about frugality a lot on this channel, and a great way to save money is by cutting down on your phone plan. Unfortunately though, I live in Canada and we pay some of the highest prices in the world for our phone plans. So I'm left trying to fight tooth and nail to get a deal over here in Canada, but you don't have to be that way in the USA. Try Mint Mobile now. You can switch in just 15 minutes. It's that easy thanks to their eSIM cards. And if your phone doesn't take an eSIM card, they can send you a regular SIM card in the mail for absolutely nothing. I have a personalized link in the description if you're looking to give Mint Mobile a try. Go ahead and check that out if you're interested. Thanks again to Mint for partnering on this video. I appreciate the support on the channel. And guys, remember, if you want to support me, one of the best ways to support me is to support the partners with this channel. Thanks very much to Mint Mobile, and thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Okay, so one more thing. People always ask me at the end of these videos what the song is. This is the song.